Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 11 preview between the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Lions. I'm a big fan of going with quick hitters in a running game versus an over-aggressive defense, and this week the Detroit Lions face the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they could create a big play for Reggie Bush in a running game if they utilize the ISO gut. I'm going to show you how the ISO gut is run, and it's about going unique with your formation. So you see right here, we have one wide receiver, we have two tight ends, and we also have a fullback. Some may call that a boss package, where you have two tight ends, fullback, and a receiver on the field. So we're going to call this the boss personnel for Detroit with these two tight ends. And what we're going to do, we're going to attack right here in the 4 hole. We're going to call this ISO gut. It's a quick hitting play, and it's designed to get Reggie Bush to the house by lead blocking on the linebacker with this tight end. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Now what we're going to do backside, we're going to have tackle on the 5 technique right here. We're going to have the the weak side guard and the center combo on the nose. Got to get the nose blocked in any 3-4 defense. He is disruptive. You have to block the nose when you're facing a 3-4 defense. That's imperative to running any play, whether it be run or pass. Now, the play side guard, what we're going to have him do is work up to the second level instantly to go block the weak inside linebacker. We're going to have the play side tackle take care of the 5 technique, have to get him blocked as well. And this is where it gets interesting. What we're going to have the fullback do, not lead in the hole, we're going to have him go opposite of the play. So he's going to go opposite, and he's going to take care of the weak outside linebacker on this play so that way he doesn't scrape over and make a play. We're running Reggie Bush here, following the block of the tight end who's looping around inside and getting that lead block on his strong side inside backer. We're going to have the tight end cross face of the backer, but work up to try to get that safety because reverse out, hand the ball off. Reggie Bush follows his tight end inside the 4 hole and hopefully run the daylight, make him miss, and possibly getting a touchdown. So that's how they can attack the Pittsburgh Steelers' over-aggressive defense with a quick inside running play called the ISO gut. The Steelers know they have to cover Calvin Johnson when they face the Detroit Lions, and I'm going to show you how they can do so when Detroit gets creative and moves Johnson across the formation. In this play I'm going to draw up, he's in the slot. They love to do this play a lot where they send him down the field, trying to influence him, get him one-on-one with the safety, but I'm going to show you how they can double him on the back end if they communicate properly in the secondary. So we're going to play cover 3. And I'm going to show you how they can communicate when Detroit goes spread and put themselves in position to make a play on the ball. And I have right here in the slot either a nickel back or a safety. Whomever this guy is going to be, this is where he's aligned, outside shoulder of Calvin Johnson. So let me just show you the routes Detroit would love to run out of this formation. They're going to send Reggie Bush out here, block, then he's going to check probably to the flat. So we're going to show you this. They're going to send this guy deep on a comeback. Boom, he has a 15-yard comeback. We're going to send the tight end across, giving Matthew Stafford a built-in hot read. We're going to send Calvin Johnson down the middle of the field with the option to break out to the flag or break into the post. We're going to send this receiver here on a 15-yard comeback. So that's the route combination they would love to run. Let me show you how the Steelers can protect themselves. Now, front side, you play the corners off. We're always going to play the corners off, and we're going to ride this route. And once you see him break, you close in on it. Now you're over top. You're in great position right here on the strong side. For the backer, his job is to work up. And once he sees the tight end goes away from him, he can now drop, get in the face of this passing lane right here, but close in on this route as he sees the back leak out in the backfield. So you're protected right here, weak side. So you can essentially squeeze this curl on the backside, but once he sees this threat of the running back in his coverage area, it's his job to close down on that. Now, when we have the inside backer job is to get his depth, and once he sees the tight ends coming across, and that's his guy, because we're going to have this guy drop back in his coverage to try to wall off the inside in case Calvin Johnson is running the in route, so we can have him in position to wall off. But essentially, we're playing inside out. So once this linebacker sees this crosser, his job is to close over top because we have the guy walling underneath on the inside of this streak that's being run by Calvin Johnson, because on the outside, we have the receiver being covered on the outside by the nickel back or the safety. His job to run with this, and then once he sees this player break off his route, his job is to close underneath because we have the cornerback riding over top, covering Calvin Johnson along with the safety. So you see how we can double him with the cornerback Once the guy breaks off his route, is now the nickelback's responsibility. And we have the walled off inside by the backer with the safety over top. There's no way Matt Stafford will try to fit the ball in there, but there's no way a quarterback will take this play right here when you see a corner and safety over top with the linebacker playing underneath. That ball has to be pinpoint accurate, so he's probably going to go to other options, and that's what you want to do. You want to take away Calvin Johnson and force Stafford to go to these other options. But if they effectively pattern read in the secondary and do a great job in communicating, I think the Steelers have a great chance in taking away Detroit's biggest weapon.
I like Detroit in this ball game. I think what'll happen, they'll spread out the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and force the Steelers to cover the slots in which Detroit will excel. And on defense, I see that interior defensive line of the Lions giving problems to that Pittsburgh Steelers front five. So I like the Lions to win this one on the road versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, here are my remaining picks for the rest of the games on the Week 11 schedule in the NFL. I like the Jets to go up to Buffalo and knock off the Bills. The Jets right now are playing some good football defensively. Well, they play good football all season long. The Bills will be without their two top receivers in Stevie Johnson and Robert Woods. Coming off a bye, you have to go with the Jets. And I also like the Cardinals to go down to Jacksonville and take care of business versus the Jaguars. When you look at this Cardinals football team, a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. It's all up to Carson Palmer to protect the football. If he can do that, they're going to win a lot more games this season. I like the Chicago Bears to take care of business at home versus the Ravens. Even with Josh McCown in the lineup, that is still a very good Bears football team. And what will be the shootout of the week, in my opinion, the Redskins will top the Eagles in what will probably be a 45-42 type of ball game. I don't think any defense will show up. I do like the Redskins, though, to outgun the Philadelphia Eagles. And I like the Bucs defense over that Falcons offense. And right now, the Buccaneers offensively are starting to gain traction. So I like what I've seen the last couple of weeks from that Bucs offense. They're finally putting it all together toward the end of the season. I like the Chargers to knock off the Dolphins. I don't think Miami is that good of a football team, and San Diego will do a great job offensively of testing that pass defense and also getting pressure on Ryan Tannehill. And I think the Giants will continue their winning streak by knocking off Green Bay at home. And I like Seattle to take care of business versus the Minnesota Vikings. So those are my Week 11 picks. You see them at the bottom. And I wish you all a good week. Be safe out there and continue to support Football Game Plan.